Hi guys! We actually just had an earthquake here in Oslo. The first time I've experienced anything like that. Hopefully there won't be any afterquakes, so let's see how this video goes. I thought I would give you an update on my record store day pickups now that I had a chance to listen through these. Overall, as mentioned on my video on the day, I had a terrific record store day. I was able to pick up mostly the things I wanted. I don't think I picked up so many records there at the day at the store before. So very happy with that overall and with the experience. Although my number one on my want list, it didn't happen this year. I was very confident that I would be able to find the Valence record online, but that record never arrived in Europe at all. I looked everywhere. Apparent now it only arrived in the US, in New Zealand, Canada, Australia. Very unfortunate. I've been enjoying collecting these Valence releases each year. Decided not to order it from the US. It would probably be more than $100, and I don't think that will be worth it, having spent all this money on the other records. So not happening this year, unfortunately. But I still felt like I should compensate for not buying that record. I had some left on the budget then. I went back to Big Dipper on a Tuesday because usually there are late arrivals, and the one I think a lot of people were there to pick up this year on the day was the Adrienne Lenker album. Live at Revolution Hall. There was a complete stack of this record on Big Dipper on Tuesday. And glad I picked it up. I was thinking about it, and what this is a 3 LP set, first released on cassette. It's available online on YouTube. I sampled it and decided that if I can't find the Frusciante or the Valence, I will pick this one up. It's 120 minutes long, and it's quite a full meal and an interesting live album. This has, bits and pieces that are recorded with a cassette recorder. So in between the songs, you get the lo-fi recordings of interactions she has with the crowds and these moments perhaps that they have on tour. So it gives it a little dimension, and as described somewhere, a documentarian style. So quite an engaging listen, and there's some great moments where you have the lo-fi cassette recordings, and then she starts to play the songs and it's still quite lo-fi, and then it just opens up and becomes this more high fidelity recordings. And I like moments like that. It kind of felt like very creative and a fun live album to listen to. So very pleased with this. And of course it's Adrienne Lenker, and she has had quite a career now. She's written so many great songs, stunningly beautiful songs, brilliant performer. Things that makes this probably my favorite solo release by Adrienne Lenker, which is not often the case when it's the live record that's my favorite, but this has a lot going for it. You can say that they cut the cost a bit with the release. The paper is a bit thin. This is not a complaint, but because there's so many other records to spend your money on record store day, and I'm glad a 3 LP set like this was had an acceptable price. Let's leave it at that. Printed in the covers with nice pictures, the set, some notes from Adrienne. But yeah, I love this picture with the hat. So all in all, also a very nice release. The light vinyls, but they sounded flawless. Black vinyl, cool thing to pick up. A little compensation after the Valence. So to follow up on that one, compensation wise, let's talk about this record, because this is also a New Zealand flying non-affiliated band, The Chills. So I guess the second best thing after the Villains. Yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. A very warm sounding record. It's not the best The Chills album by far, but it's The Chills, so it's great. Indie pop, great arrangements, and nice songs. Just an uplifting and warm sounding, pleasant album. As mentioned before, the song Come Home, it's so wonderful. Swimming in the Rain is another great one. And after having listened to that one on the day, I was so excited to check out how this one sounded. And this is the Walker Brothers album Night Flights from 78, analog period, cut from the original 1/4-inch master reel. And it sounded amazing, exceeded my expectations. It's the Scott Walker songs. I mean, side A on this one, it has the best Scott Walker songs of his career, I think. I won't hesitate saying that a song like The Electrician can perhaps be on my top 10 list of the greatest songs of all time. So side A with the Scott Walker songs are amazing. And side B, you don't get any Scott Walker songs, but the other Walker Brothers, I guess, have their songs on side B. And they're still pretty good. The side B, the music, it reminded me more and more of Steely Dan, the production. Quite enjoyed it, and it's been a long time since I heard the entire album. And this is seemingly something you can pick up still at the stores at a decent price. Yeah, a strong recommendation from me if you're curious about that album. Let's move on. Yeah, so after having listened to The Chills and the Walker Brothers, I put on the Tears album, the release from 2005 from the guys from Suede, Brett Anderson, Bernard Butler. It's almost like a Suede record. I really think it's on that level. It has great songs. But what I found when I put this on, after hearing the great and warm pressing of The Chills and the Walker Brothers, there was a bit of a letdown in quality. This was a very bright sounding record, a little thin in the sound department, a little flat. I was missing a bit of bass. So I jumped on Discogs to see what other people's opinions were, and I think they all said the same. People were a bit disappointed with how it sounded. But this is a release from the late CD period, so it's not a big surprise maybe that it has this digital sounding feel. I just wish it could be more appropriate for vinyl, I guess. But a terrific album. Nonetheless, after a few tracks, my ears adjusted and I really, really started to just appreciate the music. So it's not a big critique. I'm very happy that I picked it up, but it has some things to be said about how it's sounded, I think. So that's the Tears, the big release this year, it seems. I'm so glad I was able to pick it up. The Frusciante album, To Record Water for Only 10 Days. This album was a big one for me back in the day, and I re-listened to it and sampled it online to see if I was still interested in this album. And thought I was, very much so. Yeah, it sounded amazing. This is my favorite sounding one of the ones I grabbed. Cut by Bernie Grundman. It sounds incredible. It really does. I guess it's recorded on 4 tracks, but they make that sound so incredible on this vinyl release. And what I didn't catch online, I think I heard the songs before, but this actually also contains some bonus tracks that I really enjoyed. And the overall quality of this, I have to say, exceeded my expectations. Yeah, my favorite this record store day for sure. And other people's favorites too, it seems. It's very sought after by now, and the prices have gone up. And yeah, if you're going to get this one now, I guess you will have to pay up if you're not lucky. So yeah, my favorite of the bunch this year. We have one last one to talk about, and you heard me talk about Dinosaur Jr. before if you've been watching my channel. So this was important for me to pick up. This is the Live in Hollywood 1991. In the Green Mind era, the tour, they play a lot of songs from Green Mind and from earlier albums. And it sounds quite incredible as well. For a 91 recorded Dinosaur Jr. album, you have to know what you're going to expect when you listen to this, but the pressing was quite amazing. But I have some things to say about the mix. When DeLonge started, and after a while I was wondering about the mix with the guitars were quite low, but it got so much better after a while, and the side A is pretty good mix-wise, I have to say. But then on side B, after the great opener Water, I think that from the fan favorite Freaks In and Then On, the vocals gets quite buried in the mix. So Dinosaur Jr., especially around this time, was a big, loud and noisy band, and I just wish that, yeah, at some places the vocals are barely audible. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but I still enjoy it, and it still sounds great, but mix is a bit unbalanced. So yeah, this is one I've listened to the most of the releases. And I can't say that it's my favorite of the Dinosaur Jr. Record Store Day releases. I guess that would have to be the one from last year, Live in Santa Monica Beach. That's even more punchy and in your face than this one. But still a very nice release, as I said in my other video. I really love the album art. Feels classic, so all in all, I'm very happy with my Record Store Day pickups. I have to say that the quality of the pressings were great overall. I didn't hear as much as a pop or click on any of these releases. Minimum surface noise, if any, between the tracks. Not sure if I registered any issues. So I was quite lucky with the ones I picked up, for sure. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up and all that, and see you the next time. Take care.